All right, let's talk about something that is quite literally running the world around you, even if you never see it. It's one of the most powerful, yet often invisible, forces in technology. We're talking about Java, and today we're going to pull back the curtain and see what makes it so incredibly important. So, just for a second, think about this. What's the one thing that connects the super secure system at your bank, pretty much every app on an Android phone, and the gigantic cloud services that run companies like Amazon? You'd think they'd all be built on completely separate, specialized technologies, right? Well, you'd be surprised. Turns out there is a single, unbelievably versatile technology that acts like a digital engine for a massive part of our global economy. And that common thread is Java. I mean, look at this list. It's the backbone for global banking. It's the heart of the entire Android operating system. It's what lets us process big data, and it is an absolute giant in cloud computing. It is, without a doubt, one of the most important programming languages on the entire planet. But, just calling Java a language is kind of like calling the internet a bunch of wires. It just doesn't capture the whole picture. There's so much more going on here. See, to really get why Java is such a big deal, you have to understand that its real power isn't just the code itself. It's the entire ecosystem built around it. That's the secret sauce. And when we say ecosystem, we mean this whole world. It's a platform. It's a runtime. It's a massive collection of tools all centered around the language. It's the whole shebang. Let's break that down. So, yeah, at its core, Java is a language, but it's also a platform, which includes something called the JVM we'll get to in a sec. It's a formal specification, a rule book everyone agrees on. It's a runtime environment that handles all the tricky stuff like memory and security for you. And on top of all that, there's this huge collection of tools like Spring and Android that let developers build all the amazing things we just saw. Which kind of leads to the big mystery, doesn't it? How on earth did one technology end up on everything from a massive bank server to the little phone in your hand? Those are totally different worlds. How can the same code just work on all of them? Well, the answer lies in Java's secret weapon, a really revolutionary idea that completely flipped software development on its head. You can think of it as a universal translator for code. Before Java, things were messy. If you wanted your app to work on Windows and a Mac and Linux, you had to write it 3 separate times. It was a nightmare. Then Java came along with this game-changing philosophy. Write once, run anywhere. You write the code just one time, and it works everywhere. The difference is just huge. And the magic that makes this happen is called the Java Virtual Machine, or JVM. This is the key. The JVM is basically a program that creates a little virtual computer inside your real computer. It doesn't matter if you're on Windows or Mac. The JVM creates a standardized space where any Java program can run. It's the thing that does the translating. So here's how it works in real life. A developer writes the code. Then that code gets compiled, not for a specific computer, but into a universal format called bytecode. Think of it as a language that only JVMs understand. Then, and this part is crucial for security, the JVM checks that bytecode to make sure it's not going to do anything malicious. Only after it's been verified does the JVM translate it and run it on your machine. And that whole process, that whole architecture, is exactly why Java is still a dominant force decades after it was born. That JVM approach gives it these incredible advantages in security, performance, and the ability to scale up to handle enormous tasks. And the proof is right here in the numbers. Look at this. Java is the language for the vast, vast majority of big company enterprise systems. It's a monster in Android development, and it's a huge player in the cloud. This didn't happen by accident. At the end of the day, Java was built for the big, important jobs. Its security features, like that bytecode verifier, are why banks trust it with your money. Its performance is incredible, thanks to clever tricks like just-in-time compilation, which actually makes the code faster while it's running. And its stability, with versions that are supported for years and years, is why companies build their most critical systems on it. So, after all this talk about ecosystems and virtual machines, what does the code that actually changed the world look like? Is it some impossibly complex thing? Not at all. It looks like this. This is the classic Hello World program. It's simple, it's pretty clean, you can basically read what it does. And on its own, yeah, it doesn't look all that revolutionary. But it's this simple code, plugged into that revolutionary idea of the JVM and the whole ecosystem, that built the foundation for so much of what we use every single day. It's the perfect example of a simple idea that powers an incredibly complex and world-changing platform. So the next time you open an app or check your bank balance, just remember that invisible architect working tirelessly in the background. And that kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other unseen code is running your world right now?